Speaking of the Warriors and Cavs matchup, because we all agree that he's most likely not going to win just because the Warriors are stacked. But if we do look ahead and we look at this season, on the 25th, on Christmas Day, we got the Warriors and Cavs matching up on Christmas Day. How do you like the Christmas Day matchups before when we get into this season preview? How do you like the Christmas Day matchups?
Love them. I love them. And it's like the only one that I'm kind of like about is the LA matchup. Only because the Clippers are going to be good. Ben Simmons, by that time, I hope that he's kind of revved up enough to be a viable rookie star. Yeah,
he won't be on any of those teams, though.
Yeah, he won't be like on the like.
I was gonna say
we haven't had him like. Man, he's really got to get it going by Christmas.
But Ben Simmons isn't playing Christmas Day.
I meant Brandon Ingram.
Okay,
that's what I meant. Brandon Ingram. You guys know what I fucking meant.
No, we didn't.
No, we were very confused. Sixers aren't playing.
That's the game that I'm iffy about. Fucking Boston, New York's gonna be great. The wannabe 2011 super team against good Boston. You get the finals rematch. You get Paul Gasol bringing his old team into San Antonio. That's going to be a good one. And you get the young stars of Minnesota going up against the Westbrooks.
My favorite one outside of Golden State and Cleveland, because, I mean, that one's going to be...
we got the rematch.
It steals the cake.
That's going to be a great matchup. I think it's actually that Minnesota-Oklahoma City game, because you get to see Russ, solo Russ. We'll see what Russ can do by himself, and then you get that young star in Minnesota. You get to see what Karl-Anthony Towns can do.
The next generation.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that next generation is getting a big game like this, and it's the 8 o'clock slot, too, because, let's be honest, you're watching that goal... If you're a regular fan, not myself, because I'm a Bulls fan.
That 2:30 start.
You're going to watch that 2:30 game. You're going to eat whatever dinner you got and then fucking digest and watch T-Wolves Thunder.
What is going to be the best Christmas Day game, and will the... we both think it's the Cavs and Warriors, but will the Golden State Warriors win on Christmas Day? Do you think that's going to... I want to see a prediction there. Will Golden State beat the Cavs?
Yeah, Golden State I got winning.
Yeah, only because don't expect the exact same kind of drama that we got in the finals.
LeBron had to build up and go like Super Saiyan to like absolutely be like, yeah, there's a lot of talk about the best player in the league. I know there's a whole unanimous MVP going on outside of this thing, but I just want to remind you guys that I am the greatest player to play this game right now.
Well, and it's
just a reminder.
It's just, is it going to be a big game? Yeah, but it's just, I think that a normal player is not going to rev up as much for this than they would an NBA Finals game.
It's going to be in Cleveland.
Especially when you're down 3-1.
It's going to be in Cleveland.
Warriors have a tendency to just blow people out in the regular season. I think they're going to continue on that this year. I think they're going to pick up exactly where they left off.
Weren't we all hyped for this game last year and the Warriors blew them out?
Yeah, it was a little dirty.
Right, it was a record-setting
I honestly think the worst
season.
game of the day is the Bulls-Spurs.
I would say so, too. I'm not that excited for that one.
I'm excited to watch Knicks-Celtics because... I mean, you've got every big name New York has brought in.
Is Derrick Rose playing?
Derrick Rose will be playing.
Is he playing?
I'll guarantee that for you.
They're going to rest him just for Christmas Day.
Is he going to blow out a knee?
I'm going to guarantee
they're resting him the first 30 games.
That's his first game of the season.
Yeah, that's
this Bulls Spurs game is just going to be kind of disappointing because. In all likelihood,
no Tim Duncan anymore. You're going to have Paul Gasol, who's, and you got Jimmy Kawhi as well. But I mean,
Paul.
It's basically Jimmy versus Kawhi, and that's not that exciting.
We got T-Wade
defense on defense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's going to be no defense.
No, it's all defense. That's Jimmy and Kawhi.
Oh, no, but I meant just that it's for the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, yeah, we're pretty fucked.
Yeah, it's going to be like no defense and just drive
But
to the
on
basket.
the upside, they have Paul Gasol, so if we only had a big who could abuse them offensively, we don't have one.
Bobby Portis, he could develop by that time. I mean, he looked good in the summer league. I know we were the older.
He dominated a bunch of 18-year-olds.
No, I know. I'm not saying that let's take it for what it is, not is. But
I know. I'm just saying, as a Bulls fan, we all know how weak Paul Gasol is on defense, but statistically, he's up there.
And we got Rolo now. We got Rolo down low, baby.
You gotta stop.
Trying to bring in some hype. Hype.
All right, here, let's go to some real hype and a team that can actually back it up. Golden State. Last year, they set the record 73-9. What games are they losing? Let's do that. How about they're playing 82 games? You got 82 games to go through. What games can they lose? Because we think they're a super team.
Zero.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Zero.
They're going to lose. They're going to lose a game.
Winning them all.
They're going to lose a game.
Calling it now. Win them all. First team in NBA history. The best.
What part of their schedule do you think they're most vulnerable to kind of lose a couple games? Because they're going to lose some games. They're not going to go undefeated. We all know that. They're not going to go undefeated. But what part of that schedule? Do you think it's going to be that beginning half where they start off against San Antonio, where it's going to kind of be a struggle?
The opener San Antonio is going to be a good gauge because they'll know right away. It's like San Antonio has great defensive ability with LaMarcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard. But again, their backcourt, we watched them get abused by Russ. So, I mean, if you go Klay Thompson and Steph Curry out there, they're just getting fucked. No offense, but San Antonio, I think, is going to be at a loss, and they're going to lose by like 20 plus.
So you think they're going to be hitting on all cylinders right away?
It's just a matchup that there's nothing that San Antonio can do to stop that backcourt. Yeah.
I mean, but they did it last year. I mean, they were able to switch well. They were able to switch and put.
They put Kawhi up there to help out defensively, and that did help. But now you're adding in Kevin fucking Durant. You can't have Kawhi guard 3 people.
That's fair.
Like, it's just not a thing.
Okay, tinfoil hat. You ready for this?
Yeah.
The date's gonna be March 8th. It's gonna be 62-0 Warriors coming home after just demolishing the Atlanta Hawks with Dennis Schroeder. Boston comes into town. It's Boston, then at Minnie, at San Antonio. That's the 3-game stretch. Boston don't do it. Minnesota will do it. And if Minnesota don't do it, the Spurs will do it.
And that is at San Antonio and at Minnesota.
That's the 3-game stretch. Now, the 62-0, I tried to do the math to figure out they wouldn't lose a game. They'll probably lose a game before that, but that's the 3-game stretch where it's like, Boston played us pretty tough, especially when we were at our house. And Minnesota's going to be better, and the Spurs are pretty damn good.
I'm gonna say that first about 10 games is going to be the struggle.
Because I mean, you got the Lakers in there.
Well,
I think that Portland OKC to the Lakers combo. Like, by the Lakers, they're gonna lose.
Okay,
I wish this was a video so we could see the smile that you have on your face.
All right. I think
They won last year.
San Antonio is a team that they lost a lot. They lost Tim Duncan.
And everybody gets older.
But everyone does get older, okay? But again, this team might not be clicking on all cylinders in the first game. So we might not see. KD has been significant for, shooting like 0 for 27.
Well, and that's a thing I think is getting relatively blown out of the water, which is everyone needs to click.
You have to find. This is a team where you have to exaggerate every single weakness to find some weakness.
KD is gonna fit in fine.
And it's a rim protector because they lost both.
That's why I was going to bring up the second game too. Because
nothing is going to be
AD
catastrophic for this team.
By game 2, he's probably still healthy too.
Yeah, I mean by game 2, New Orleans might be giving them some trouble. So I think that first 5 games. So you got San Antonio who can kind of maybe beat you up down low and maybe do some rim protectors. You got New Orleans who has AD, who's one of the best centers, power forwards in the league. Yeah, maybe this will be his jump. Phoenix isn't going to be trouble. Portland though, you got a great backcourt and DJ and not DJ and
CJ.
Dame and CJ.
Yeah,
and then you got Russ.
You got the Lakers playing cleanup crew. No, but they're gonna walk in town and be like.
Then you got Russ, and Russ is gonna be pissed off. We might see the first quad double in forever, and we might see Russ put up 50.
Do you think Russ plays more aggressively on the road at Golden State?
Every single time he sees KD,
I want to beat you here, or is it gonna be I want to beat you in our house?
This is a bull seeing red. Every 4 games, he is going to look at KD, stare him down every single chance he can get, and just.
Well, Steph Curry's in front of him, or Klay Thompson's in front of him.
Well, I'm saying during a timeout break, anything. He's looking across the bench, just staring at KD, giving him the dead eyes.
That's going to be the thing because I think KD not even going to pay attention. KD's just going to be worried. I'm with my boys, and
I'm just here to have fun and win games, man.
I seriously think that when they lose that first game, let's say it is that second game against the Pelicans, when they lose that first game, no matter when it is, everybody's going to blow up. Look at them. The super team lost. Guess what? They're not going to win every single game. There may be some rough patches in this season because guess what? Every team has rough patches in their season. I mean, after they lost that first game to the Bucks last year, it was kind of there were some rough patches where it's okay, this team kind of slips. It wasn't as magnified because they were still a really good fucking team. I just think we're blowing it out of the water with this, they need time to gel and this and that.
Again, we have to blow stuff out of the water because this team does not have a weakness on paper.
They're all good. Well, down low, that's the weakness. However,
barely.
The thing that is going to be different, and I think everyone's that's the weakness, that's the weakness. Well, when you're playing a 7-game series against them, you can exploit that a little better. When you're just passing through, we're playing them this game, we're not going to see that same kind of intensity we would if someone's playing a 7-game series against them.
All right.
I can sort of agree with that. But yeah.
I can agree with him. But again, my point is, I mean, this team doesn't have that many weaknesses on paper. That's why I'm trying to exaggerate.
Just speaking my mind here.
That they're gonna have to have some time to gel because we saw that in Miami, and that KD has been significant for missing shots. Same with Clay and Curry as well. We saw that as well.
Miami though was a different situation because they had a little bit of cockiness they had to get over. The not 1, not 2, not 3.
It's more of they didn't play together outside of the All-Star game. All three of those guys, they never played. All you're doing is adding KD into this.
Also had a rookie head coach that first year in Miami.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just, again, trying to find some weakness, some kind of pattern that we see with these super teams. Because on paper, there's no weakness. I mean, you could say rim protector, but then again, you got 4 other guys that can shoot the lights out, and you got Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, who are some of the best defenders in the league, and KD is lanky as hell.
So clearly the answer is Sacramento is going to challenge them.
Sacramento. Thank you, Dave. I was just working there. Papa Giannis.
They're going to have 4 centers. 4 centers on the court. Collison, 4 centers. That's how they do.
Collison, you got Boogie at the 2. You got Coach Kupos at the 3. You got Cauley Stein at the 4, and then you got Papa Giannis at the 5.
God.
Just roaming back and forth, just looking for something. He's not gonna play offense at all. He's sticking back on defense. That's my goal.
4 men in the paint. It's a legit strategy.
It's like in grammar school when you're like up 27-0, and they're like, you got to stay inside the arc. Yep. You got to stay in that box so you can let the guy shoot.
Oh my God.
That's basically what they're gonna do.